Hello, my name is Antigone DeLa-Cruz-Montgomery, and I will now be the argument judge for the Theories of Management 3600 Debate Number 1, Part 2. Amy starts off her pro-debate with a beautiful quote. IPO is for the visionary, from the Bloomberg Business Week article, Go Public or Go Home. She broke down the reasoning for why a company should go IPO and the benefits that would come with it. She also went into a lot of detail on why companies should consider an IPO from an employee perspective, which I found the most intriguing. She made it more relatable to every aspect of the business, not just the bigger picture and the higher employees. She explained that the lure of shares in a company will help employees want to put in long hours and be dedicated to the company, which is very true. Her fluency and timing is great. She uses another quote by Theodore F. DiStefano. What makes for a good IPO is not so much where you have been as where you are going, which ties into her initial opening statement of an IPO is for the visionary. I think that created a very good ease of her flow and her argument and kind of pulled it all together. And then we have Christopher's con debate. He starts off with common opinions and immediately giving examples of popular companies that do not fall into the IPO category, proving his knowledge of the topic at hand. He then gives reasons why a company should decide against IPO, such as falling stock prices, high costs, and time-consuming processes, things like that. He uses expert opinions from Carl Stark and Bill Stewart to support his argument in quoting their article, 3 Reasons Not to File IPO. They express that going public can drain a growing business of valuable resources. And in that article, he basically uses that to further explain the intro of his debate, where he breaks down why you should not. And then there's Amy's pro-rebuttal, where she goes deeper into what makes a company successful in IPO, and there are 5 main points that she makes, proving that it's not unrealistic for a company to be successful in IPO. 1's large revenue, 2 profitability, 3 proven financial controls, 4 understanding business levers, and finally ability to accurately forecast. She uses the benefits of the IPO company, like the employees, and how the IPO is a great way to pay them back for their hard work. And I think that that's a great point, showing that she has researched the benefits in depth and is prepared to present a very convincing case for all types of people looking to invest. And then there is Chris's con rebuttal. He starts off the rebuttal by explaining more of the articles that Amy actually quotes in her initial debate. He goes into detail about is your company IPO material that she mentions by Stefano, and explains that the IPO, he actually pulls a quote from that same article explaining that the IPO is not for everyone, which is very smart for his side, because he is using her article that she's using as her support, and it's showing that it's not completely for IPO. It's explaining that some companies are better off not doing it. The conclusion to his rebuttal was very strong and perhaps the most compelling of his debate. He names very successful and popular private companies such as In-N-Out and IKEA. He makes an excellent point that these private companies focus on making the customer happy and making customer satisfaction the priority while still creating large revenues. He used a chart of popular private companies and their revenues to support his argument. And in conclusion, they both did a really great job touching points that were skipped in the first debates, which I thought was awesome, considering we do have to do these twice. Things such as like naming private companies, showing the actual revenues of some of these companies, and also mentioning the benefits of employees for an IPO company. They both were very knowledgeable and presented their cases well. They used quotes and facts, so I think that everybody did a good job.